Good evening. Welcome to Christmas Eve. I am the Doc, John Macaroon. This is the Detroit Lions Lone Wolves podcast, made possible thanks to OnSI. Hope everybody is enjoying family time, some time off. Hopefully you got your shopping done. Hopefully you made Jeff Bezos even richer. Lots to talk about the Detroit Lions. Still so much news. Everything's going on with the Detroit Lions. They're not practicing. They're going through walkthroughs. But my goodness, David Montgomery is going viral. Did he foreshadow his exit from the Lions? My goodness, he went viral, posting his jersey in the locker room. Everybody's wondering, what's this cryptic post mean? He did like a comment that said, hey, walk in and ask for a trade. Less than stellar opportunities against the Steelers. And when you only play a handful of snaps, it is really unfortunate to look at what's happened to David Montgomery. He can't be happy, and it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear, when a fan says to David Montgomery, and we'll talk about that very topic, should DJ Reader and David Montgomery acknowledge these posts? Because people are talking, does David Montgomery want to be traded? Does DJ Reader really want the fans to SMD? It's not appropriate. We'll talk all about it. We'll talk regarding what, coming on the heels of DK Metcalf, really costing himself guarantees of $45 million, the wildest punch, the most expensive punch that you're going to see. I think that, the sign of professionalism, they pay you that money not to respond because more people are going to do it. More people are going to address you in that manner. How's everybody doing? Roll call. Where's everybody listening in? Probably be here for 60 to 75 minutes. Get your comments in. Smash the like button. It's the holidays. That's all I ask. You never have to give a super chat if you don't want to. Super chats are always welcome. You jump the front of the line. Any questions? And we're going to talk about a bunch of different things, but if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. We'll have an opportunity. We can talk about anything. I can talk to you about anything Detroit sports related. And I look forward to having these discussions. First and foremost, maybe later we will talk about the draft, in a later show, maybe later this week. I do think that the Lions need a defensive lineman, offensive lineman, cornerbacks. And that's kind of the starting point. Should the Detroit Lions blow up the roster? Meaning, do you not pay Brian Branch, not pay Sam Laporta, not pay Jahmyr Gibbs? Figure it out. One person gets an investment and say, you know what, we got to relook at things and start and really look at, okay, Christian is going to have an article tomorrow, 5 players that he believes will not be on the roster. I can share some of them for sure. Alex Anzalone, potentially, DJ Reader, potentially, David Montgomery. Some of these players might not be here. It's wild to think about that. Look, you have to really think about it. Against a good opponent, you don't have a good offensive line. Jahmyr Gibbs got less than 10 yards. You don't have to pay Jahmyr Gibbs. You don't have to. You get him for 5 years, and you could use a franchise tag to keep him for 6 years without a long-term contract. Then you get somebody else. You're only halfway through your opportunity. You don't have to pay Jahmyr Gibbs. Some of you think the roster's already blown. Should the Lions look, how do you realistically address what's happened? Do you still want the Lions in the playoffs? It's clear this offensive line is not Super Bowl caliber. You're really on your last legs. I think there's a chance that what's going to end up happening with the Lions is they're going to beat the Vikings. They're going to go against the Bears, and the football gods will just leave a little tease, and the Packers will beat the Vikings, in the season finale. And I think it'll be really tough for you to beat the Bears. I think the Bears want to cap their regular season off with the victory against you that would eliminate you and further ruin your season. Let's talk about it. What is the realistic way to fix what the heck happened? We know what the problem is. The roster's not deep enough. The draft wasn't good enough. We all know the issues, but now we got to talk about solutions. Shout out to the early 200 people in here: Dolo Dynamite, Neil Burkholder, Lions Fan Syndicate, Phil C., Kevin Jeffrey, Doughboy Steve. July 4th, 1776. Xavier. Phil C., always good. PQ 190, he disagrees. He's like, Gibbs will get paid. You want to pay him $20 million? How are you going to keep Jack Campbell and Sam Laporta. That's a lot. Phil C's like, it's mock draft time. We have one on the site. Not from today, but recently we did a mock draft. Maybe at some point at the end of the show, we'll do that for you, Phil C. We'll give you the latest mock draft from Christian, and you guys can grade it. Hey, man, can't say that about DJ. The best is all the reporters went and talked to him, and he was like, he doubled down. First and foremost, he wasn't replying to trolls. Okay? Replying to trolls is just saying, hey, don't talk to me that way. Keep me out of your mentions. He had a directive. And I joked around with a colleague and I said, man, doesn't a little bit of you guys want him to go and win the Man of the Year award and have him walk up there and be like, kind of like a Suge Knight kind of presentation? Just walk up there on the stage and be like, to all my haters, hey, man, boom, is what I'd like to have, or little Rick Rude for all the wrestling fans, DJ Reader. And none of this gets activated if you don't go on. And all the reporters were like, let's go ask DJ to defend himself. He's like, what was wrong? What was wrong was you could reply, but you don't have to use that language. There's kids on X. There's fans that follow you. What I'd like to have right now is for all you in the stands and for all you fat, out of shape trolls on the internet is to what I'd like to have right now is for all the X trolls who told me I suck. Could you imagine? I mean, that's not necessary. You just ignore it because all you do is invite it, man. And you guys were ripping on DJ Reader. Oh my God. Oh my God. Phil C, it's a reference that Rick Rude used to always say is what I'd like to have right now is for all you fat Detroit downers. He'd always just say fat. It was funny. Yeah, pay attention. Type in Rick Rude, man. It was great, man. He was a legend. What I'd like to have right now. Xavier, you're absolutely right. Can't fix anything on defense until you get a proven veteran coordinator. That's a banner on my list. Do you want both coordinators gone? That's a good comment. Does Jim Schwartz finish his story, come back home? But he's also been up and down. The Lions exposed the defense a little bit. Leonard, I agree with you 100%. Solution Doc need to get new training staff because this is not working. Listen, it's the spirit of the holidays. Let's not blame them, but it's not good enough. It's not elite standard. 2 years in a row is not bad luck, especially to the premier talent that you have. It's not bad luck. Figure it out and get out. We don't talk about, problems. We're going to talk about solutions. You're absolutely right. It's not good enough. It's not the standard. It's not elite. The healthiest teams win in this league. How? Obviously, you guys are talking about the coordinators and clearly the defense. Where does this roster need to get better? It's gonna get reshuffled. I don't think you have David Montgomery anymore. I think you need to look at, what? The young offensive line with new coordinators is a terrible formula. You need a vet. I think if you need the question I would ask is, if you add a veteran to this roster, where would you add a mid-price free agent? Would you do it at center? Do you beg Frank to come back? Do you say, you know what? No, we're going to have it to be the edge rusher, to be somebody that has premier options and is 25 to 26 years old, that is in a rough situation and wants to come to Detroit. Where would you get the free agent? You got to retool that offensive line and the defensive line. DJ Reader, I think, is gone. Tyleik Williams is still young and inexperienced. Ali McNeil, so far, has kind of regressed a little bit the last couple of weeks. The defensive line, guys, is healthy, which makes it crazy that they got gashed. I do think you let go of Al-Quadin Muhammad and Marcus Davenport. You find 2 to 3 new defensive ends, one in the draft and one in free agency. You need new cornerbacks. Do you guys get scared because Brad has, when we say be aggressive in free agency, it feels like the more money you throw at it, the better the player you got to get, because he's thrown money at, Cam Sutton, $11 million. Clearly, I think the fair assessment is Brad Holmes don't know corners. Brad Holmes don't know corners. Brad Holmes knows offense. Brad Holmes don't know corners. Cam Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley, DJ Reed is having an awful season. $4.99 super chat in the mix. $5. I ain't say that. Probably 60 minutes to 75 minutes. It's the holidays. Want to catch a movie with the missus. A good hour, right? I just had to when I appeared on Crunch Time earlier today. The boys wanted to take the evening off. I said, you know what? There should be someone talking to you about the Lions at 8 o'clock. A good hour, right? A good solid hour of Lions discussion. Maybe a little longer because I keep adding topics. How long we going for today? Doc, I'm amped up. I'm annoyed this team has let me turn yet again. Let me down yet again. I know they let you down. But if there are lessons learned, then this will be worth it. I do think clearly the first thing we stamp is everybody knows draft and develop alone doesn't work. That has been now proven. All the doubters were right. The slappies were wrong. And there were a lot of slappies saying that, why? You know who you read that does that stuff. Why? Lions don't need to do that. Lions don't need free agents. Lions don't need to trade. Lions can't make trades. You know what's up. You know where the real talk is. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. I ain't say that. Appreciate your community, your support. Love having you in this community. Xavier, love also having you in the community. Hit the like button for the doc. Corey Patterson, defense wins championships. So you want to invest free agency in the draft? Griffin, 8239. Good to read a comment from you. The 2 times I played Jared Goff, they've taken it away, shaking my darn head, and the refs. Understood. Listen, I don't think, I'm still shocked. 2 offensive pass interference calls. I saw the robbed banners in Detroit, the signs. Neil, question. With our guys on IR, does that increase our cap space for next year on rollover cap? Neil, that's a good question. I don't have the cap numbers right in front of me. We will start to turn the page on that, but it is getting tougher because Goff has a $70 million cap hit. Amon-Ra's contract kicks in. Penei Sewell's contract kicks in. So there will be some rollover cap. You will get 40 million plus by restructuring Goff. You will get 20 million because the cap will naturally go up. So you will have some relief, but a lot of it's going to go to some of the guys you want to extend because while we say don't do it, he's going to give Jack an extension because his 5th-year option is $23 million. You don't want to pay that for 1 year. You want to bring that down in the early years. Jack, lock it up. Done deal. Sam Laporta, I might wait. Brian Brand, Sam, and Jameer, wait. Pay it to Jack. Pay it to Jack. We will have a let the season end because they're still, we've been talking like they are officially dead. They're still on life support. It ain't. I mean, listen, you need some things to happen, but we will definitely look at the cap. It's not terrible, but it's not as great as everybody thinks. TM, good to see you. Happy Christmas Eve, Doc. That's right. Where are you at? What's going on? How you celebrating? Carlton last year. Man, they should have paid Carlton Davis. PQ, does any of you guys still listening to me have hope that the Lions make the playoffs? I still have hope the Lions make the playoffs from PQ 190. I think the Lions should have an aggressive mix of getting some more veterans on this roster. The youth is good, but it is not good enough to get a Super Bowl. Guys, everyone thinks, okay, just retool in 2026. It's just going to happen. I have my doubts. It's not that easy. Now, it makes it better if you lose because you then end up with a schedule against the 4th place teams in the other divisions on your schedule. Makes it a little bit easier. I'd love to see the Titans on our schedule. But as we always say, you know, you get what you ask for. Some of these teams might get improved. TM Anzo disappointed us on Sunday. What disappointed you? Yeah, and it's also coaching, having him run with their best offensive weapon. Jeez, kind of frustrating, right? Vincent 313. Hey man, what's up? What up, Doc? Hey, what up, Doc? Great to see you, man. Vincent, what do you think is going to happen? How do they fix this? How do the Lions fix this problem? More yoga, less killing yourselves in practice. That's how they stay healthy. Via Grant Farragon 3837. I would think that most fans would say, they like the core, Aiden, Panay. But I say Taylor Decker, you may even force his hand. You may just cut him. Say, listen, man, we need someone that practices. The offensive line was not as good as it needed to be this year. Against good opponents, 10 yards rushing, 15 yards against total. 15 yards total against the Steelers. I cannot believe it. Fourth lowest in the Super Bowl era. Give up over 200 yards rushing. Does that lend to you guys with the issues with David Montgomery? Does that lend to with DJ Reader talking, and does that lend to kind of some issues if you see maybe some of the stuff leaking out that something's going on in the locker room? That performance seems a little bit worse than scheme and things. It felt like there was no grit. It felt like the Steelers wanted it more than you. That was a must-win game in front of your home fans. Do you guys think the Lions are still in a window to win a Super Bowl? You have good players. I feel like you have a sustained success model, but I need to be sold more on how does this team win a Super Bowl? You need more veterans, and you might have paid, you might have got unlucky with Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph only getting a year with them. I have more and more doubts, but it's still possible. A lot of it's predicated on getting lucky on the injury health-wise, but your defensive line and offensive line, we all just think, okay, get new players and it's just all going to gel. Guys, let's look at it from this perspective. Christian Mahogany's still young, but he was drafted lower in the round. Tate Ratledge, if you throw him over at center, who's to say it's just all going to work? Who's to say Miles Frazier gets into action at right guard and he's the guy? Graham Glasgow is probably a player you're not going to see beyond this season. I wouldn't say shut. My assessment is it's rapidly closing, and you still get the breeze of the cold air with the window open, but it ain't looking good. Big M has the next banner right up here, which is good. Big M53. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Hope everything's great with you. Hey, Doc, do you think or feel that Dan has lost the locker room, or is he losing the locker room? I feel like a combination of Dan's message and also when you lose Craig Reynolds, you think the locker room with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs is happy with that? You broke up the fellowship. You think the offense is happy with the defense that stinks? I think that the combination of everything, I think that Dan's message has not resonated to the same degree. And I do think that Kelvin Sheppard and John Morton's message doesn't lend to credibility to get these guys to fight. First of all, if I ever get riled up today, it's that game was more than just scheme and effort and that was something was wrong. Because if Dan keeps saying we have this one guy mixing and messing up a play here or there, take that guy out. That game and the lack of correction, Dan blames it on himself. Where's the coaching to where we see this issue, fix the problem, or create a practice schedule that hones in on 10, 15 plays that will work? So it's a combination of not the best talent on the roster. The coaching staff has not done a good job. The message is not resonating as much. They're not fighting as hard. They're making critical mental errors still, and the coaching decisions have to be impacting this team. Alex Anzalone on the best offensive weapon, one of the best that they have. They played zone and didn't master it because they're a man team. The general manager from the top down didn't give you the best roster to get depth. Dan Campbell refuses to acknowledge that this offensive line is not good enough and still goes for it. And okay, if you're going to go for it, how are you going to run a trick play? Why are you running Jared Goff in motion? Why did I see that? Why did I see Jared Goff move the pocket? He's a pocket passer. It's too cute. Starts with the offensive line. When you don't have an offensive line, you erased David Montgomery. You erased him. The issues with the offensive line erased David Montgomery. David John Cena Montgomery. Can't see him. He's never on the field. Can't see him. Can't see me. I'm never on the field. And when I'm on the field, I'm getting speared 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And then Dan is really stubborn. I'm going to go for it every single time, he tells the radio station. Every single time. Well, Dan is willing to admit that if he sees this offensive line that struggles and he's in a 4th and 1 situation, he's going to go for it. But Dan, you were 0 for 19 the last 19. The 20th time, he'll do it again. So what does that tell you? The numbers tell you to go for it, but the whole world tells you we know you're not going to execute it. He won't budge. That's a problem. He won't budge. And he's upsetting the fan base by this lack of willingness to tone it down aggressively. He's willing to die on the sword. Live by the sword, die by the sword. You live by the sword in 2023, you died by the sword in 2025. And that's what you get. That can't be pleasing the players in the locker room. Phil C says, team is treating veteran players poorly. Word gets around. Players are not together. Yeah, I mean, Alex Anzalone and DJ Reader, they know what's up. They know what the deal is. Their time's ticking. And then they see all the young cats getting fat and paid. Because Alex Anzalone and DJ Reader got to know that that's not the position that gets a lot of money. They gave it to Aleem, and they gave it to Aiden. And they're just trying to figure it out opposite of Aiden. Yeah, Motor City, you're absolutely right. Motor City, Mia with a great, great profile. You have to admit, you were doomed from the beginning, hiring 2 rookie coordinators in a Super Bowl year. And I have to admit, I jumped on the bandwagon too, a little positive. I just looked at it like the outsiders, the national media were dissing the Lions. And I'm like, no. They have enough talent. I discounted the value of coaching and scheme and experience on the coordinator. I thought talent trumps all. But no. Just like there's a marriage of defensive line and the secondary, there's a marriage between the roster and the coaches. I will humbly admit I was wrong that I discounted the true impact of losing a genius like Ben Johnson. I was braggadocious. They'll just move right along. They got Goff. He can overcome Ben Johnson leaving. They got Goff. They got Tate Ratledge in the 2nd round. That makes him a legend. They got Graham Glasgow. No big deal. Frank's gone. They got Graham. He'll fix it all. Nope. The real genius of the Lions left the organization. Not only was he a scheme wizard, he was a perfectionist. Those issues didn't pop up to that degree. Now, unfortunately, nobody's perfect. Ben Johnson on 4th and 1 runs empty backfield sets. You never can get it perfect, can you? You never can get it perfect. You have an OG offensive coordinator wizard, and down 10 is having a wide receiver throw the football. And now he leaves, and the replacement's like, come hell or high water, 4th and 1, we're passing it. We're going to have Jared Goff on a play. I'm going to call Jared to move the pocket with this offensive line. Jared, run out there and do your thing. Yeah, Ben Johnson, Vincent, 313. Ben Johnson got the last laugh. You heard? Oh, he's going to see it. Oh, he sees it. He knows it. It's a simple, that's the first 2 meetings they're going to have this offseason. Shoot, we didn't do enough in 23, 24, 25. We blew 2 Super Bowls. 23 and 25, you blew it. You blew it. And trust me, if they would have had the injury, the Super Bowl team would have exposed you. Sean Payton would expose you. Vrabel would expose you. Motor City Mia, Doc, you know how many people the Niners got on IR? It's insane. Saleh still got their defense playing at a high level. Yeah, listen, it's experience. It's just the way it is. It was true. Having 2 first-year coordinators, a young offensive line is not the recipe to win a Super Bowl. That was wrong on our part to think that they could do that. Even if they stayed healthy, they might have made a playoff run, but they would have probably struggled in the later rounds when you have to have your offensive line and defensive line dominate. The defensive line is not good enough. The defensive line collapsed. Guys, that's not scheme. That's effort, winning your one-on-one battles. That's not totally scheme. Part of it is, yeah. Part of it is a lot of these zone running teams, a lot of these opportunities that have been exposed on film they've shown what to do. The Eagles and the Packers gave everybody the green light on how to beat the Lions. Man, it's disappointing. When you really think about it, is that the recipe was wild. And Morris, $5 super chat. This is a business, and bottom line is affected by lack of playoff sales. Will this result put hot seats on Brad and Dan? Do we see heads bump? Yeah, there's heat. The heat's on them now. They got to atone for this mistake and get after it. They got to really work hard to be able to overcome what the expectations were. Super Bowl or bust, and this year was a bust. Bust. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. They'll own it. It stares them right in the face. They'll be asked about it, and they'll understand that the coaching wasn't to the standard. The general manager did not the best job in 3 years drafting, because the depth you would have to replace would be better than you're not supposed to call people, in a way, Legion of Whom. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with the Legion of Whom. You win a Super Bowl with a draft pick that would have been Mekhi Wingo. He's not there. Giovanni Manu, Ennis Rakestraw, Terry and Arnold, Broderick Martin, Hendon Hooker. That's 6 players. You couldn't land on 3 of them? Colby Sorsdahl. The more misses you have, it's a slow cut. It's not right away. And guess what? It all comes to a head in a year where you have some injuries and you need some help. Bad luck. Passing on Kobe Turner and Puka Nacua. That's how you lose a Super Bowl. They're on the hot seat. No doubt about it. And Dan Campbell's in that boat where if he doesn't win it in the next year or 2, it probably won't happen. And Morris, thank you for the super chat. It means a lot. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hope to see you more in comments and in the lives. Bobby Stark, Jaramillo, good to see you. $4.99 super chat on a Tuesday evening in Metro Detroit on the Lone Wolves Lions podcast. If Dan is this stubborn and is so in lockstep with Brad, maybe he needs to go too, bro. Listen, it's the NFL. You don't get 20 years to try and win your first Super Bowl. And it's just the way it is. It's a winning business. And this is Detroit. It's a championship business. You got to level 1. You got to level 2. You changed the culture. You got to the playoffs. You regressed. Why'd they regress? It's not just injuries. Coaching at not the standard that is Detroit standard. General manager that took risks that he wasn't supposed to take. Got a little too comfortable with those projects. With those guys that had a history of injury. Too comfortable. And they bit you. They'll learn. Oh, they'll learn. They know. No more projects. Nick P. Doc, is there internal problems in Detroit going on? Monty's unhappy. Maybe Reader's unhappy. It's not internal problems. It's a losing problem. Losing sucks. Being tired and playing this crappy schedule sucks. Absolutely, Monty's unhappy. Absolutely, Reader should be unhappy. He knows clearly they're going to move on from him. It's an overall losing mentality. Losing sucks. Nobody likes losing. And nobody likes losing that way where you keep getting kicked in the nards at home by the officials. And nobody likes when guys that you're in the trenches with get taken from other teams. I mean, Craig Reynolds was a glue guy. You think the running backs are naturally happy with that? Always what but. Doc, keeping it 100, straight 100, fire all the time. Changed my mind. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas. $20 from Nick Dene. Just listening in, lurking, and paying attention. Love it. Thank you for the super chat. That's amazing. Thank you. I'm humbled, honored. Hope to see more of you. What do you think's going on? What's going on, Nick? What's going on with this team? Am I the Red Fury? I just want to win so bad that it's not fair. I think the players have a lot of respect for Tashard Choice. But naturally speaking, it's a one-man show. They all know it's Jahmyr Gibbs' team. He's the best running back on the roster. They're very close. And I do think that Tashard Choice is a running back that they got a coach that they got a lot of respect for. These players got a lot of respect for the coaches. But naturally speaking, it's just normal. You get barked at all the time. It's going to be tough. Losing does not solve all problems. Good question, guys. Great question, TM. Where did the Magic go? Seems like the entire Lions team is demoralized. What happened to the Magic? I know, guys. Dan Campbell with each media session is more demoralized. I mean, think about it. What happened to the Magic? They all left the team. Kirby Joseph, you got to be demoralized. Knee pain, might have a career issue. Brian Branch, boom, on the turf. Sam Laporta, back injury. Terrion Arnold, shoulder injury. Your players left on the cart. It's the reason why you have an 8-7 record. Big issues with the draft, 2 new coordinators, inexperienced coordinators, and guys, Dan Campbell's doing too much. He's not used to. He's calling plays pretty well. They're scoring points, but it takes away. Dan Campbell calls plays. The team doesn't look as crisp and detailed. You can't have it all the same way all the time. You just can't. Nick P 2830. Doc, at this point, I hope Ragnow comes back. Finish out the last year of the contract with Decker. Draft Slaughter, the center from Florida, then draft in the first round Vega Lone, the Penn State guard. Okay, that's a plan. I just think Taylor Decker might be, he might come back, but that might be a challenge. We'll see. I think I would go with a veteran center. Let Miles Frazier and Mahogany battle for the left guard spot and get a veteran. And maybe Taylor Decker comes back healthy. We shall see. What do you guys make of David Montgomery on social media? Went viral for his jersey. It also, the tone of the picture looked sad, didn't it? It was like a hang it up kind of thing. Like, I'm done. So long. Didn't the music kind of just come through from that way, that tone? See you later, guys. This is done. And then he likes the comment. Do you see? If you don't know, I'll share. David Montgomery liked the comment from a supporter that said, listen, dog, go in there and ask for a trade. I'm like, what? Not needed. Do they know that every move they make is watched? Every move they make is watched. Why would you put that out there? I'm shocked. All your hearts are paid attention to. There are people out there in this world, their job is to just look at the social media pages of all these guys. Look at this. Nick Phillips felt the need to share this via X. This is via Instagram, a picture. I love you, bro, but you should request a trade. The way they're treating you and glazing Gibbs is atrocious. Look what happens when we don't use you. We lose. Like, big heart. Like, uh-oh. 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 That's a problem. That's a problem. Uh-oh. That's concerning. And look at this photo. This photo doesn't it just scream, I'm done. I'm done. So long. Farewell. Look at this. How are you interpreting this photo? How patient do you want the man to be? Give the man the rock. I mean, you don't got to give him 20 carries, but let the man cook a little bit. You know what, David? I'm sorry, man. You got to get those boys a scooter. You got to get those offensive linemen some love. Buy them some headphones or something. Make them block. They block for Gibbs. Should David Montgomery be doing this kind of stuff? All it does is draw attention and makes it fodder for us internet guys to talk about. They've used him wrong. That's part of the formula. They've used him wrong. Maybe not to the degree that you use them as much as Jahmyr Gibbs. They've used him wrong. Why can't they block for David? What happened to Sonic and Knuckles? It's Sonic. Sonic's the man. Sonic gets all the love. So Dan Campbell loves Sonic. Did Dan Campbell forget that the Saints had Mark Ingram? What happened? What happened to David Montgomery? They stole his mojo. David Montgomery will turn 29 in June. He is 28 years old. Super sticker, $10. TM, thank you. TM Martin, Esquire, 6216. Much appreciated. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. Thank you for being part of our community. Talking about the Detroit Lions. What happened to David Montgomery? Why did this happen? Dan's like, I think about David Montgomery. Well, you think about him, then you disregard him. $10 super sticker. TM, thank you. Shout out to you. TM Martin, Esquire, 6216. Jahmyr Gibbs is Buzz Lightyear. And Dan Campbell loves Buzz Lightyear. What about Woody? What about Demont? What about Knuckles? He's just left in the corner. I don't want to play with Monty no more, via Dan Campbell. I'm not playing with him. I want to play with Buzz Lightyear. Jahmyr Gibbs, Supersonic. See you. James Willis, offensive line was soft in the middle. SW Lion 26. They said the new center was the best performer on the O-line in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Kingsley did a good job. It was okay. But he's a reserve. Otherwise, he'd be starting. You have to get a lot better. Guys, you can't give anybody a passing grade. They had 5. They had what, 10 yards total of rushing. They had nothing. You can't. The offensive line was not good enough. They're like, well, Jared Goff didn't die on the field. It could be better. You got to get a vet, a road grader, to move the offensive line. I think it's done for Knuckles in Detroit. Move on. His cap hits too much. You can't pay the guy. You know what? Listen, this is pure speculation. All right, pure speculation. Pure speculation. But let's just use common sense, right? What makes people sad in professional sports? Playing time. What else? Money. What makes you post and like stuff and say, I want to get traded? There's a chance that Brad called up the agent and said, listen, we want David next year, but we're going to take some of his money. We need a pay cut. And think about it. This is a business. Is it out of the realm of possibility? And listen, again, pure speculation based on history, experience. You go to David Montgomery and say, listen, dog, we can't pay you $10 million. Sorry. You want to come back next year? You will be cut unless you take 3. You're 29. This is your numbers. And they're like, wait a minute, you control my numbers. Aha. Who controls David Montgomery's numbers? Aha. Is it out of the realm of possibility? They arbitrarily sync his numbers in usage. Now you're in the market to say, listen, a running back that gets 400 yards a year makes $3 million a year. Doesn't make 10. Aha. The business side. Oh. Mess with the man's paper, mess with the man's soul. Now he starts liking that he wants to be traded. Playing time and paper. Those are the things that piss off players. Obviously, Alex Anzalone was never going to be happy this year. Obviously, DJ Reader knows he's on his way out. It's kind of simple stuff in my mind. I think that's probably the case. A combination of you ain't using me, and you realize I got to take less money so that they're going to pay it to Jahmyr Gibbs. Aha. Money makes me sad too. I ain't liking that. You're like, Dan said what? Brad said what? They want to cut my pay. What do you think about David Montgomery? Should he be acting this way? Is this a sign that he's going to be traded? Listen, you might have to do it anyway. You might have to recoup a 3rd-round pick. Try to get a 4th if you can. Try to get something for him. He's going to be 29. It's going to be tough. DJ Reader got the support of the media. DJ Reader claps back at trolls. You know how silly that sounds from the media, truly, to have all the reporters sit there and go, how do you feel, David, about DJ Reader? How do you feel about someone calling you out? Do you regret saying those things? No, I don't regret saying those things. That's a true vet. He's like, I don't have to care. I already got my money. Now, listen, I get it. There may be a day where, as an athlete, I would have did the same thing, but I'm 46 years old, so I'm 10 years older than, I'm 14 years older than DJ Reader. That's not what you do. You don't write that to fans. You just don't do it. It's funny. It gives me a bit. Hey, man. But you can't write those letters in public to people and then leave it up there. I think it's still up there. You could have used a different choice of words. You could have been like, listen, I'm sorry we let you down. We got to get after it and come back. He used a reference that was a little bit vulgar. Now, I'm not angry at him. I just think it's unprofessional, unbecoming of the man of the year. But he says, well, they control it me. Yes, but you are a paid professional. You are paid not to do that. Now, it's hard for me to, get really mad because I do the same thing, but I don't tell fans that hate me or people that troll me to do that to me. Hey, man, I just say you're an idiot, you're dumb, or why are you coming into my space? You obviously are responding to me. So what does that make you? I'm a masturbator. That's the extent of what you'll get from me. Is they'll be like, you're a clickbait artist. I'm like, yes, I am a masturbator. My job is to produce thoughts that people want to talk about. These are things that I do think about. No, I just go on social media and cry like everybody else. No, I ask questions. I debate. I throw things out there. I don't tell people to do that to me. If I ever do that, you guys call me out. Hey, man, I've never told somebody to do that to me. In this day and age, it's just like going back and forth. Most of the time when you see me on X at Detroit Podcast, someone will be like, "You're an idiot. That was a stupid question." Then I'm like, "Why are you following me? Why are you replying? Because all you're doing is helping. You're proving my point that I said something that got you to respond. That's my job. And it's an easy job. I'm a psychologist. But it's sports. Like today alone, I asked 4 questions. Did Dan Campbell lose the locker room? What's going on with Monty? These are things that are in my head. Truly, I want this audience to know, the 500 people listening, that the things I post are not to rage bait. I'm not raging. I'm happy. I'm not raging. My thesis was in 2013, if I think it, if I have a question, I'm just going to ask it. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm not rage baiting. I could care less if nobody answers it. I don't care if I post a question and nobody answers it. I'm just telling you live in the moment what I'm thinking. You don't have to answer it. I don't need it. I have a website. I have a YouTube channel. Don't answer it. But when you come on X and tell everybody you're an idiot and you're a rage baiter, well, you just commented and proved to everybody what my point is. Just answer the question. Simple as that. DJ Reader, hey, man. Hey, man. I would not have done that. Right or wrong? Tell me what you think. A lot of fans were like, cool, yeah. I just think it invites more people to do it. You guys are mean fans. I'm telling you. The ones on X, you guys are mean. You told DJ Reader he sucks right after the game. You guys are like, you suck. And he's like, hey, man, why don't you put your head between my legs and figure it out? Oh, man. I don't know. I couldn't type that. Yeah. Oh, what does that mean? Right. I'll tell you what it means. Shaking my damn head. Duh. He told the man shaking my damn head. Hey, man, shaking my damn head. Hey, man, I just listen. I'm old now. I'd never told another person to do that. Maybe kiss my ass or something else, but oh my goodness, that's funny. I just disagree. And then the media was great. They're all like, he supports his own decisions. Like, that's wrong. Like, that's just wrong. Right is right, right is wrong. Now, I get why he did it. To me, we'd have a laugh. Like, if I'm Dan Campbell, I'd call in DJ Reader. DJ, listen, dog. I'd laugh. I'd be like, I'd have to flash it on the screen. Be like, first and foremost, officially, DJ, you don't really want them to do that too, right? You know, this is the Diddy era. We don't do that. You know, I think, you're not really like prepositioning these people, right? Okay. Because, this is football. We don't do that. And then I'd be like, all right, dog. Like, I get it. These guys are trolling you, but please don't reply to Amon-Ra St. Brown's hairy balls, please, on the internet. Please look at the account names you're replying to. Some of the ones he was replying to had the funniest, corniest names too. Be like, listen, these names you're replying to are fake and intended to piss you off. Like, they did it like the guy that provoked DK Metcalf. They're doing it just so that they can share it and tell everybody, look what I did. Don't give them that, please, and thank you. And please use a different vernacular. This is professional football, please. And the best is he's the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. Like I said, I would love it if he just went up there and was like, what I'd like to have right now is for all you ex-trolls to handle your business. Get down there. Get down there. Handle your business. Now, come on. Listen, DJ Reader's a nice guy, charitable. He came on my podcast. I got nothing but respect. He speaks to the media openly. And sometimes, listen, guys, anything said within the confines of 6 hours after a game, they're still in that maniac mode. That's not DJ Reader. That's not the friendly, lovable dude that I sat across from. Now, the problem is I have to wait till the next time I see him in the locker room so I don't laugh. Be like, hey, man, like, and I know you guys jumped off his bandwagon pretty quickly. It sucks. That's how it goes. Right or wrong? Would you guys do that? I feel like I would have one of those in me where I'd be like, John Macaroon, look what he said online after a game. But it would be more like if I was a kicker and I got the game-winning kick, I'm the greatest of all time. I'd have a Muhammad Ali one time be like, Mr. John, you kicked a 38-yard game-winning field goal. We won the game 15-12. Why are you posting a Muhammad Ali photo of yourself? Tone it down. That's your job. Oh, sorry, Coach Campbell. Sorry, Dan. Be like, you are not Muhammad Ali. You just had a 38 yarder. You know, you had a 58-yard miss. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest kicker. Where's Jason Hansen? They'd be like, Mr. McAroo, calm down. Calm down. I'm the greatest of all time. Tucker who? So I just don't think I would reply. The first thing I would not do is go on X and type my name if I was a professional athlete. I'm the greatest of all time. Like, John, you kicked a 14-yard extra point. Good. Do it again next week. What do you think? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I just don't think. And like I said, I'm showing my age. I'm not get off my lawn guy, but it's not professional to put that up there and to leave it up there. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Simple as that. Yes or no? Would you do that as an athlete? Now, the biggest mistake that Dan Campbell made was the coordinators. And this will be my last talk before I get back to a lot of your comments. We'll go to about 9:15. Thank you for the super chat. Please like this. Hopefully you've enjoyed the talk, had a little laugh, kind of felt like opportunities to talk about the roster and the team. And you could tell me, how would you fix the roster? What's the biggest issue? Why did the Lions struggle so much against the Steelers? I think the majority opinion has been you're okay with moving on from John Morton. You guys want to give Kelvin Sheppard another year. I can respect that. But Kelvin Sheppard, this last month of the season has fallen off. I'm shocked. And part of it is it's a combination. It's not one thing. Part of it is he doesn't have the experience to match wits with Sean McVay. Doesn't have the experience to match wits with Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith. Doesn't have the experience to match wits with Nick Sirianni. They were okay against Philly, but, you didn't excel. It's just experience. And Brad Holmes gave you DJ Reed. And that is a tough thing to look at in regards to a guy coming off of an injury. His confidence is shot. He's not playing well. And it may be just a lateral move, maybe even a downgrade from Carlton Davis. I would not be upset if they just said, you know what, let's get this right and go out. The Eagles, they made the Super Bowl. They lost. They replaced the coordinators, and boom, they got Vic Fangio and came back and had an all-time great run. I think that, when you're able to get Vic Fangio and you go in a Super Bowl and you win it without having to blitz, that's all-time stuff. Steve, no, yeah, the hamstring's an issue. His confidence is shot. They're getting exposed. When you don't have enough pass rush, boom, 1-2. Yeah, when you can scheme up your best offensive weapon against a linebacker, you take advantage. Steve Wild, shout out to you. It's obvious his hamstring is an issue. You would like center in free agency, draft Proctor in the first, another corner and edge in free agency, and trenches and defensive and defense rest of the draft. Bing, bing, bang. That's pretty good. Amen. I like that. I roll with that. 3 free agents, some aggression. The problem is, can Brad Holmes understand what he's watching in free agency as a cornerback? He's got 3 misses, 3 big misses. I don't think Brad Holmes knows about cornerbacks. Attention, whoever's scouting the cornerbacks for the Lions, you got to go to a meeting the day after the season ends. What the hell? That's not the standard. Manuel Mosley didn't work out. Cam Sutton. Bad boys. Filming cops there in Allen Park with him. Oh, we don't know where Cam Sutton is. He's now wanted on a felony from Florida. He's in our facility. Not no more. We caught him. Oops. $10 super chat. Should Jake Paul ever box pro boxers again after his $92 million payday? It was so wild TM, this is crazy. I was into the Jake Paul hype, but this last fight, it felt like he was fighting 2, 3 other people that kept falling out. So I didn't see the hype. I'm so locked into the Lions this year. I was shocked. The fight happened. He gets knocked out. And I'm like, I didn't see any of the hype. I was like, man, I'm locked into the Lions this year. I'm locked into growing this YouTube channel. I'm doing 3, 4 live shows a week. I'm writing 5, 6 stories a day. I'm like, man, I'm locked in. I didn't even know Jake Paul was fighting Joshua. And the answer to me is yes, because I like the idea of seeing him knocked out. So I watched the fight and I'm like, damn, Joshua put it to him. What the hell was he doing? That wasn't a fight. The guy was laying on the floor, acting like he was Gumby, was like doing human paint on the mat. But I liked it. It to me is appealing because I'm a WWE fan. I like the circus. And when you realize that's what he has done is he's brought the entertainment element to boxing. Like, hey, let's make it a circus. Let's make it where I'm going to talk crap to you. I'm going to call you out your name. I'm going to call you an idiot. I'm going to do all these YouTube. It's entertainment. It's content. But that's not boxing. I also like, we need to find the fine balance, which they do on the undercard. Some of these women fights he's had before have been amazing. But I like to see some old school boxing, like the heyday of Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield. You need a little bit of that on the card to match it. It's a circus, and it's fun. I like the circus. So, yeah. And he's putting it on Netflix, so that's pretty cool. That's really cool, and I don't have to pay the $100. Appreciate you and your support today. Thank you for the super sticker and the super chat. That's awesome. Roll call. Where's everybody listening in from? We got about 15 minutes left, and then we're out of here. TM, Steve Wilds, Broski Bear. Shout out to you. Steve Wilds, gun guy. Reversion to the mean. Reversion to the mean. Paul had that look like, hey, you got paid off. Why did you blast me like that? Right? You heard? I love it. Talking boxing. Anything else you want to talk about besides the Lions? We can get 15 minutes in here. Pistons shout out. Wings in the mix. Scott Harris, please don't address the media ever again until the next trade deadline. Thank you. My wish, I love the ESPN feature. My wish for you is Scott Harris never talks in the media until the trade deadline. I don't want to hear what he's got to say. Just stick in the lab and add talent. Steve Wild says Reader was a waste of money. Do the Lions, would you be upset if they do you think Kelvin Sheppard's seat's hot? You got 2 more games. What if this young guy at home starts throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson and torches you? What if you give up 250? What if the parting shot is, and we talk about it, what if the parting shot is Ben Johnson drops 60 on you? If Ben Johnson's like, it's a run party up in here, we're just going to keep going. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. You got Aiden standing there. It's going to be cold. Experience matters. That was Dan Campbell's biggest mistake. I think that's why Dan Campbell looks like that at the media sessions. He's wore out, and he's like, I did this to myself. I got to do all this extra work because I picked the wrong coordinator. And also, too, why would somebody be upset? Maybe he's being told, listen, we're going to go different direction with John Morton. And he's like, man, I want to keep him. Maybe he's like, no. A lot of factors can be causing the way Dan Campbell's been acting. Losing sucks. Putting in all those hours, the schedule sucks. And basically, there's no answer. You can't get the team better because the talent's a talent. Neil Burkholder, Dan won't fire Sheppard. He should, but he won't. Okay, so Sheppard gets 1 more year. Survey says, boom, this crowd likes Shep 1 more year. Hassanin Mahdi, Merry Christmas, Habibi. Merry Christmas to you. I knew you'd get in today. Merry Christmas to you, Ahmed, the family. Inshallah, it brings you a beautiful day. How's your back? Inshallah, everything's perfect. You enjoy some lahm mishwi, some Nayi, some shawarma, some ruz. Ara. Enjoy it all. God bless you. God bless you, Habibi. What's going on? All right, Mr. Mahdi, spill the tea. Kelvin Sheppard's mad, isn't he? I'm sure from what I hear, those Monday meetings are woohoo. Monday, I wish they would invite me. I got to do, maybe I'll be like, attention, as a journalist, I need to know what Kelvin is telling these boys on Monday. They'll be like, we can't air that, Mr. Macaroon. We can't tell you what he's telling them because it ain't really nice. Be like, you MF, you 200 yards. You're embarrassing me. These people are calling for my head. Vito Churko is writing I should be fired. What the F? Do your job. Do your job. He's probably screaming his head off every Monday, 7 times. Mr. Mahdi, God bless you, man. Thank you. My dear friend Habibi John, the doc, best man in the business and one good human being. I love you, buddy. No, you're a good human being. Thank you. No, I'm just having fun. I'm a fan. I'm a journalist, dish insider, podcaster, journalist type. But I am, yes. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to the family. Cody, my man. Everyone shout out Hassanin Mahdi. He's a good dude. Fan of the podcast. What up, Doc? How's your night going? It's a good night. I feel good. Talking Lions, talking to the people. There's some support. There's 500 people here on a Tuesday night before Christmas Eve. And the people I want to see here are here. The Steve Wilds, the TMs, the gun guys, the Hassanin Mahdis of the world, Neil Burkholder, the people that come to regular shows. It's crazy. This a lot of repeat chatters that makes it fun. I look forward to having opportunity. The Leonard G's. It's a good night. Any night to broadcast and podcast. It's what I love to do. And I'm so grateful. Just a moment of gratefulness. I'm so grateful. Podcasts have become a platform where you can express yourself, and I don't need a radio station to find me. I can broadcast whenever I feel like it. I'm like, hey, I'm planning my day around when can I go live and do a podcast and talk for almost an hour without a commercial. I don't need 5-minute commercial breaks. I'm just talking to people that want to listen, to the guys like a Brian Brady, just here listening and enjoying a Lions show. Are you enjoying what you're listening to? Please, guys, if you ever feel like, hey, take it this direction or talk about this, feel free. You guys program the show. I just have a pilot vision of what I want to talk about, what interests me. But if there's ever a time I'm talking Lions football and there's another NFL topic you want to talk about DK Metcalf, I have opinions on everything. I'm right 80% of the time, 100% of the time. Wait, say that again? I am right 80% of the time, 100% of the time. Maybe more. Mike, that means a lot, Mike D. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I figured if the Crunch Time fellows needed a night off, I would replace them and give the people an hour of some Lions content. And you know me, I say an hour and then I go an hour and 15. That's how it's going to go. Last 7 minutes. The Lions for Christmas have given everybody a lump of coal. I don't want them to win. Do you want them to win the last 2 games? I feel like they should lose them. I'm not saying tank, but if they lose, they get a 4th place schedule. That would be helpful. I think they should take advantage of the chance to experiment, do some things that are different, make it happen, lose these games. There's no value in getting to the postseason and getting curb stomped by Seattle. There's no value. End the season. The fan base is over it. That was the banner I should have did. Last 5 minutes, I do want to know. Let's start talking because that's the next press conference you guys truly care about. What do you want Brad Holmes to answer? What would be the question? That will be something I put in the show topics. What would you ask Brad Holmes if you got to talk to him. When he appears, say his name, Brad Holmes, and he'll appear at the end of the season when they get eliminated from the playoffs or when the season's done or they get curb stomped by their playoff opponent. If you could talk to Brad Holmes, what words do you want to hear? Because guess what's going to happen? I'm going to start talking and 5 other reporters are going to try to jump over me. That's going to be a hard one to get a question in, but I'll try. Maybe that one, I'll put my hand up. You know what? When I'm done, I think that's going to be my parting shot is when I'm ready to retire, I'll be like 60 years old and there'll be a media session. Hopefully they'll start to televise them on YouTube that you can see my face is all of a sudden it's calm and everybody's professional. And I'm just going to start raising my hand. Brad will just be like, I'm not done with my opening statement. I'll be like, John, what are you doing? It'd be like, guys, I know it was a tough season. It was tough with the injury. I'm just going to start raising my hand. John, put your hand down. Or they'll be like, this guy's doing this for the camera. And they'll be like, okay, that will be our little inside code that I'm quitting is I'm going to just start putting my hand up for no reason. and then they'll be like, PR, listen, I don't want to battle with these 8 reporters that keep talking over me. I just want to have you call on me. And I want you to acknowledge me. Mr. Macaroon, you have your hand up. Thank you. What's your question to Brad Holmes? Brad, your offseason was a disaster. These fans are mad. How do you feel about that? I can't wait. I'm just going to boom, like put my hand up. Like he just walks in and stands at the podium, and then I'm just going to start putting my hand up right before he listen, free advice. If they televise those media sessions, forget it. I'm out. They'll be like, this guy acted a fool. And you guys will know he did it. I'm just going to start putting my hand up. Just keep talking, right? Just talk just be like, get 5-minute question. Brad, let's start with 2023. When you drafted Hendon Hooker, why did you feel like that was the guy that needed to be the backup quarterback? And then you really felt like you wanted to double down with Broderick Martin when you know that Kobe Turner was there. I feel like, Puka Nacua would have been also a nice offensive weapon that would have helped Jared Goff because many people think everything needs to be perfect for Jared Goff. And I really want to talk about the offense, but your 23 draft really didn't give this team an opportunity to win. And then you went to free agency and then you keep drafting these guys that kind of sit and never play. And then I'm wondering why in 20, just ask all the questions that I know everybody's going to ask. Oh my God, just ask all of them. Why did you wait until the 6th round to draft Ahmed Hassanin? Why did you just keep going question after question after question after question? Just fire off 6 of them right in a row. You guys want to see that, don't you? You want to see the performative nature of how I could do it. No, I'm just quick. I think the question I want to ask is, will this season that was obviously a disappointment, the team regressed, will this force you to change your strategy to look at everything from a different perspective in order to use all the tools you need to get this team to a Super Bowl? Do you think you'll be much more aggressive in free agency and the trades moving forward? That would be my question, humbly and honestly. And then he'll just say, of course, we look at everything every year. And then he'll go right to the next one. And then the next question will be from the team. Brad, you had that nice stretch early in the year. What did it mean to you to beat the Bears in week 2? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? The problem is it'll be 20, 30 minutes. There's going to be 5 or 6 cupcake questions that take 10 minutes. You can't get to everything you need. Mr. Mahdi, you are right all the time. This is why the people are jealous from you, because you have vision and experience and smart. You read everything from what's happening. This is why you are successful. I read everything. I'm in the loop. I talk to everybody. Me and you, Mr. Mahdi, we got to go in on those Monday and just sit and listen. Be like, wow. Be like, imagine if he does it in Arabic for Ahmed. Kiss, like, we need you to spit. Can you imagine? He gets so mad, he starts cussing in Arabic. Sharmota, I need you not. Could you imagine? Man, football is not easy. It's not an easy life. Problem is, they'd be like, why? He starts cussing at me. He's like, listen, this John's laughing over there in the corner. I'll be like, what about my tackle on first down in the second play of the game? Be like, shut up. We don't care about I got 2 tackles. He'll be like, yeah, but you didn't set the edge. Like, sure, what happened? What does that mean? They throw the yellow flag on me because I talk too much in the media. That's why I try to be only listening. Shoo? What does that mean? They threw a yellow. They talked to you? They said, hey, don't talk as much? Who's they? Shoo? Oh no. Hopefully it's not because of me. Man, I would feel really bad if that happened. If that happened because of me, I'm truly sorry. That's not the way it's supposed to be. But I figured as much. What does that mean? They threw the yellow flag at you. They said, hey, did they message you and say, hey, don't talk as much to the live podcasters? Or did they say, don't talk to John? I won't type. If you type it, I won't push it up. I won't push it in the video and it'll go away. Wow. They threw the yellow flag at you, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, who told you that? Who told you not to talk? Man. Man. I really do hope it wasn't because of me, but it could be. Listen, it happens. That's their job. In the end, that's their job. Their job is not to, that's the yin and the yang. I respect them for doing it, but yeah, that sucks. Listen, Hassanin, Nehna Arab, Nehna Shab Arab. Yellow flag, yellow, time for the red flag. Start talking, talk more. If they throw the yellow flag, yellow, let's get a red flag. Red card. Let's start talking. Nehna Shab Arab. We don't care about rules. Nehna Shab Arab. Who cares? They throw a yellow flag. Man. We break rules, baby. We apologize and we say sorry and figure it out. Wow, they threw a yellow flag. I don't know what that means, but I think I know what it means. Man. They said you're talking too much in the media. Listen, talk as much as you want, man. It's better to ask for forgiveness. And don't worry, when they tell you that again, tell them next time the person I'm talking to already knows the information before I say it. Say, Mr. Macaroon is a professional. He knows what I'm saying before I even say it. That's my job. Because I got 2 phones. Come on, what do you think I got 2 phones for? Some things you keep inside, some things you don't. No, nobody hates me. There's no way. How could you hate me? There's no way the reporters hate me. I'm nice to everybody. I am genuinely nice. Now, they do probably hate that I don't care about what I ask, and I just throw it out there. That they are fearful for sure that I'm going to say something that's going to piss off Dan, and then that side of things, if the well goes dry and everybody stops talking, I can still eat. I can write 50 articles with the things that come out of my brain. Those guys in the papers, they need the people to keep talking. And so I'm a threat to that. But that's just the way it is. I am independent. I don't have to answer nobody but me. And I don't look myself in the mirror if I'm going to ask cupcake soft ass shit. I would be mad at me. I'm Arabic. I want to be direct and I want to know why. That's it. There's 50 other people that are going to ask their style. I'll ask my style. I earned my way in, and I think I've been, for the most part, not so unreasonable that the questions are out of bounds. They're direct and what the fans want. And trust me, you know how I know? Because the stuff that I write, the reporters write the answers to in their papers. Listen, asking for forgiveness is way better than asking permission. Oh, man. They may. Amen. If they are, no, listen, I love them all. They got their job to do. They know there's loud people. There's people that just say things and do things. So they should have a pulse. They should have a pulse. Yeah, spill the beans, Mr. Mahdi. Who told you? Who told you? I gotta know. You're gonna leave me suspense like a suspense. You opened up like a little suspense. Who told a relative of a player to cut out the talking to the media? They threw a yellow flag. It had to be because of me. That's why you're not saying anything. We'll look at it like that. Just give a thumbs up. Was it because of me? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry if I put your name up there and I wasn't supposed to. In some way, it makes me feel they got me looking like, dang, that guy figured it out. Oh, listen, I had a clue. You know what? In the end, Mr. Mahdi, in the end, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job to the best of my ability. You made me feel good. That's the job. The job is to rile it up, to talk about the team, to get them to say what. Like I always looked at it, and one day I will apologize formally to all the PR staff. I will say, listen, I was this way, but that's how I felt. I needed to do the job. My philosophy is if I walk in there and they're dabbing me up and hugging me and being like, we're happy to see you, then I'm doing a shitty job. I want them when I walk in to go, what the hell is this fool going to ask? What is he going to bring up? What does he know? What does he think he knows? And in the end, that's the job. Your job is to write things and to present things that they don't want you to talk about. That's the job. You need people like me. Yeah, I do feel good, right, Mike D? I feel good, but I feel bad that I don't want ever somebody else to get in trouble because of me. Put it on me. It's JST's. Doc, how you feeling about the staff Pat Fitzgerald put together? We rated Alabama. Now I'm a little concerned. He had a good offense with the Atlanta quarterback Penix, but Jalen Milroe not so nice. So we'll see. But hey, you're trying. I like the staff. Keeping the defensive coordinator was a sign. I'm happy. It's JST's. Merry Christmas. It's a pleasure and honor to have you in the community. Right? Rein it in. I'm an egotist. Not really, but it's just an interesting nugget of information. They're like, we got to watch him. Oh shit. They're like, damn it, this guy's going live 4 times a week. We can't watch this fool this many times a week. I can't believe it. It's like, what a comment. I'm just gonna leave it here for a minute. This is the last episode before Christmas. Obviously, maybe after Christmas, I'll come back, have some eggnog, might be spiced. They threw the yellow flag on me. They reached out to you to overseas. I'm an international scandalist. There's an international scandal. Yeah, Habibi, I'm sorry. There's an international issue. I caused the international issue. They messaged overseas. Oh no. Oh no. They're like, listen, we understand you're a fan of this internet broadcaster. He is not like us. So please stop it. And you're like, why? He's nice. He's like one of us. He's not like one of us. They not like us. He not like us. He not like us. He not like us. No, khalas. If they told you khalas, we'll end the stream. They said khalas. They said khalas. No, I'm kidding. It made me smile a little bit. Khalas. I got the message. Khalas. In a way, it makes me happy. But God bless you and thank you. Let's get a red card together. Listen, we're Arabic. That's how we are. Salt of the earth. Push the boundaries to the fullest. I love it. I love it. They threw the yellow card on my man. I'm wearing a red hat. Red card. They not like they sent it in Arabic. Like the coded message was from PR to him. He's not like us. He's not like us. He's not like us. Khalas. Stop. They're like, stop. He's not like us. He's not like us. He's not like us. They sent it in like 15 languages to get the message. Nick P. Hockey Town is back, Doc. Nice. All right, guys. Thank you. That was good. Inshallah, Phil, 5,000 subs by next week. Let's go. Smash the like button. Let's get there. That's the next goal, is to get to 10,000. The next goal will be to grow so big that they're just going to have to stop messaging others to not message me. I got 2 phones. Nice, Dylan Larkin. That's why I wore red, baby. Good luck. Red's a great color. Roll call. Where's everybody from? Hassanin Mahdi's from the Middle East, Egypt. Nick Dene, Phil C. Mike D, Nick P, Leonard. Cody Utes, always good to see you. Steve Wilds. Leonard Gonzalez, my man, 8215. Maybe. I want more experience. I want an experienced coach calling plays. McDaniel or Zach Taylor. One of those two. Murph GFX. DM5 TV. Mike 245. Mike D. Yeah, Phil, you're funny. What's the spy? It's open. I'm out in the open. Nothing I've said has been hiding. I tell you what I know, and I know what I tell. There's no hiding. I'm an open book. But maybe they're sensing that they know I know things I'm not supposed to know. But that's my job. I know that they know that I know that they know. That's my job is to know. That's why I got 2 phones. That's the job. Steve Wilds. Listen, I'm a lover, not a fighter. That's good. Neil Burkholder. No, it's good. That's their job. That's what they should be doing. In the end, everybody should listen to this podcast. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's real, it's different, and that's what I've tried to create. I'm not cookie cutter. I don't care about standards. I don't care even. I just fly off the handle and enjoy myself, and that's what I do. That's been the secret to my success for 15 years. Is be respectful to the nth degree, broadcast, be entertaining, be informative, and be kind to the audience. And let's rile it up. It's fun. That's really fun to think about. And that is one thing I would, inshallah, one day when I retire, I will go back and say, okay, I'll find a player and be like, listen, lay it on me. When you did the media training, did they put up all the reporters and did they say, that guy, be careful? Because I know they did. They had to have. And that makes me happy. It makes me happy because that's the job. Like, you got to be careful of him. Be careful of him. Not that I'm going to lie or twist things or take things out of content, but this guy is serious about his business. He's serious about reporting. He's serious about bringing information. He asks questions that he knows people want to know about, and he's not willing to back down ever. Oh, gotcha. Oh, we had fun with it for a couple minutes. They is nobody. Listen, they should. They should be watching. I don't care. Ahmed will earn his spot by his hard work. They have a plan for him. It was one of my family. Nobody else. Don't think too much. They say, let Ahmed just prove himself by his play. Man, you should have just said, they told me to be quiet. I got you. I understand. But that was interesting. Listen, they should reach out and be like, hey, don't talk to him. Let's get a red card next time. He will. He'll prove himself. He'll be just fine. And we'll end on this. Hassanin Mahdi, God bless you. Merry Christmas. Let's get a red flag next time. Put it in air. Ahmed should start. It's always better to ask forgiveness than permission. Be bold and, play within the rules, but walk up to the line as much as you can and just be willing to cross it just a little bit. It'll work hard. And we'll figure it out as we go along. Thank you for the 90 minutes. One of you put in one of the nice comments in here. I really appreciate it. To Phil C and Interlocking. That's really cool. Thanks to everybody that left a super chat. Yeah, everybody likes to be watched. Steve Wilds, stay tuned for the next episode. I will tell. Stay tuned for the Christmas episode after the Lions beat the Vikings. I think the Lions win. There it is. Nick P. Really, really nice. Doc, no offense to the other podcasts on the Lions, but you're my favorite. That's really, really nice. Thank you for listening in to the extra half hour. You make it really fun to be part of the Lions community. I'm just a small part. I'm just a guy, regular fan that worked his way up in the media, that was just crazy diligent to try to prove that I could be in that room and to be a little bit of the cayenne pepper spice in the media. I'm the sumac. I'm the za'atar. I'm the Hassanin. I'm the what is it? I'm the sujuk, the spice. I'm the sujuk of the media. Man, sujuk, right? I want to go have some hookah and some sujuk. Oh, some ara, sujuk, and some hookah. Sounds like a good night. Some meat pie, some shawarma, beef, chicken, lamb, hashwi. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sounds good, right? Doc, no offense to the other podcasts. You're my favorite. That means a lot to me. And with that, Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 everybody. The Lions on SI podcast is thriving. We're having fun with it. We're coming live to you. We announce it on X when it comes up. This is made possible thanks to On SI, a great media partner. They support the cause. They're very kind. They let me be me. And the blessing of doing a podcast is you can take it in so many different directions, and it can be entertaining, fun, and very interactive with the great people that are here. Merry Christmas. I wish everybody health, happiness, and if your crazy drunk uncle tells you that he saw something AI from the Lions, just tell him, listen, for one day, let him have it. Let him have it. Let Uncle Khalil say, listen, John, I saw that Aiden Hutchinson bought 50 dogs and he's raising pit bulls in his backyard. I saw it on Facebook. Just tell him, ain't that a bitch? Aiden sucks. And let him have it. Let him believe it. Confirm it. Just confirm it. Just be like, listen, Uncle Charlie, I know you're 15 Miller Lights in and the Lions are winning 3-0, and you want to come and tell everybody, did Sheila Hemp really sell the team to Donald Trump and the White House for like $9 billion? Don't rush and judge him. Just tell him, ain't that a bitch? Yes, he did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And let him go with it. It's funny. Eventually, he'll come back and maybe get mad at you and be like, wait a minute, they're lying. The AI slop on Facebook is utterly hilarious. To me, it's insulting because they're so dumb that there are people that believe it. I'm not at that level. I have never fallen for it. I've never posted a fake article, but I read the shit out of it, and it's very funny. Very funny. Guys, did you know that Dan Campbell threw a chair through the wall at Allen Park after the game and broke the wall and punched it and super kicked it? Did you know that? Richard Johnson on X told me that. I don't know. I kind of like the proliferation of fake news because it makes me, as a credible, somewhat honest person, look really kind of okay. But that shit's entertaining. That shit's funny. I really want to start a fake news one, just a fake news site, and just be like, I could come up with some wild stories that almost could be believable. Dan Campbell and Sharon Moore were. All right, time to go. See you, everybody.